All right, here's 3 simple steps that you can use to reduce the amount of time you spend fighting and make your recovery from fights with your partner shorter/faster. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is, when you catch yourself starting that fight or feeling that fight coming on, notice the change in your own emotions and physiology. If you are in a state of stress, panic, worry, guilt, shame, anger, you are not going to be in a creative problem-solving mode, and you're definitely not going to be able to empathize with the other person. There are some scientific physiological implications of an increased state of arousal that negatively affects your ability to detect and feel the emotions of the other person. It also makes it hard to detect your own. So the first step, find a way to excuse yourself and go regulate your nervous system. There's a number of ways to do that. I'm not going to list those in this video. Once you've done that, step 2 is to bring empathy towards yourself. There's a couple of great ways to do this. You can think of your inner child. You can imagine yourself giving yourself the same love you would a helpless puppy. There's a number of ways to go. Again, the point of this video is not to go into this in detail, but the most important thing that I want to convey here is ignore the other person's needs and wants for now. And if you have a tendency to people please, this might be really challenging for you. That's okay. This is a great time to practice. But most importantly is to understand your own feelings and to get to a place of what this communicates about your underlying values. How does this make you feel unsafe or scared or hurt or unseen or guilty, whatever it is? Find out what the feeling is and what you think might be causing it. You don't need to come to a perfect solution. The place you want to get to is a place of understanding and forgiveness for yourself. Once you've gotten to that place, you've completed step 2, you understand, okay, yes, that wasn't how I wanted to behave. I didn't want to be defensive or angry or whatever it was, but I understand why I felt that way. It makes sense. Now you move on to step 3. Now I want you to forget about your own feelings, and I want you to imagine this other person, your partner. Think about the things they love, the things that are important to them, maybe some of the scary experiences they've had in their life, what they're scared of now, who they're trying to become, what they're worried about. Take those things into consideration and tap into their emotions. What do you think they're feeling? And forget about yours for a second. And this step works way better if you've already done step 2. But if step 2 is really, really difficult for you, you can try doing it the other way around. Sometime that can work better. But you really want to get into the emotions and understanding. And to complete step 3, you want to be at a place where, similar to step 2, there's an understanding of the feelings. Okay, I get that. It makes sense. I see why they're feeling that way. And a separation of them as a person and their personality, or the things that were prickly about them. Seeing that them as a person, they're fundamentally good. The things they did might not have been good. And to be able to separate those things, have understanding for those things, and have compassion for those things. Once you've done those 3 things, you come back together and you discuss these things. In my experience, the fight often comes to a close very quickly. And how you might want to start this, I could go into this in depth in another video, but something along the lines of, hey, I want to apologize for bringing this, and then speak to your own emotions. Don't worry about explaining, I did this because, or this. Hey, I was feeling really hurt and scared, and I took it out on you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that. I was feeling a lot of judgment towards you, and I'm really sorry about that. I was dealing with my own stuff, and I was scared, or I was feeling guilty, and I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to put that on you. That will hopefully conclude your fight. And if you follow these 3 things, your fights will be over sooner, and you'll recover faster, and you'll be able to build more intimacy through resolving these conflicts, because conflicts are an opportunity to get to know and trust the other person better. Then bonus 4th step here is, once you've done that, an option here, something that I've implemented in my own relationship, something that I've seen be really successful in other couples, I didn't invent this, is co-creating a way to regulate nervous systems together. Now, for me, this could look like, when we're getting in a fight, Cypress, my girlfriend, and I will come together, we'll hug, we'll hold each other close, chest to chest, and we'll take a few regulated breaths together. And we both understand that this is because there's a fight brewing, there's emotions at play, there's no judgment. We just want to bring ourselves back to a place where we can start to solve problems together and feel each other's emotions instead of being defensive and closed off. So ultimately, step 4 is about, in a time and place when your nervous system's already regulated, have a conversation with your partner, see if they're open to having a way that you can co-regulate together, that you can both help each other to calm your nervous systems. Hope that helps. And as always, don't forget to fill your own cup first. Have a great day. Cheers.